Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make a unicorn egg. Now there's a lot of debate about whether unicorns come from eggs, but if you use your imagination, all animals come from eggs. Like your mama. Oh, she's a beast. Oh, let's get started. Now before we even do anything with our cake, we are going to be creating two things. And the first is our cake stand. Now to create this cake stand, I'm using a 6-inch round cake circle and an 8-inch round cake circle, as well as 2 apple sticks and a hot glue gun. Now I attached all of these components together with a hot glue gun, took my 2 apple sticks and then stabbed them into my 6-inch round cake circle. And these are going to hold my egg in place when I place them down. Now we're going to move on to our unicorn horn. Now I took some yellow fondant and I rolled it into a very long cone. I created 4 of these cones, created 2 rows of 2, and then swirled them together with my fingers and my palms. Now to hold this together, I placed an apple stick into the middle to make it stand. Then we can just stab it into our egg. Probably the first thing you're going to want to do, because you're going to want to do this at least a week earlier if you're using fondant, 2 days earlier if you're doing this with gum paste. Maybe, I've never used gum paste. Now after it's set, I brushed on a layer of vodka, and while it was still moist, I brushed on a layer of gold luster dust. To create my cake, I bought 2 egg pans. I colored my batter blue, pink, and white to get a mystical, unicorny feel. And now I placed the 3 different colors into the cake pan and then marbled them together. This looks like armor. Am I just crazy because I always do cosplay? What even? What? So many ideas. So I baked my cakes in the oven, leveled them off, and then glued them together using some white chocolate ganache. I wanted to make sure that they didn't fall apart because that was one of my fears. And I smoothed out all of the white chocolate to make sure that it was seamless and it looked like one cohesive cake. And I gave the egg a crumb coat of buttercream icing. And then gave it another coating of buttercream. Now I was actually going to place another layer of fondant on top of this. I was moving the spatula to actually smoothen it out as much as possible, but I liked the texture of that unfinished buttercream look, and I decided that's gonna be the texture on the egg. And then took our unicorn horn and placed it into the side of the egg. This was like my favorite part, and it wasn't even the end yet. Now to finish this egg off, I'm using a whole bunch of different colored sprinkles, sixlets, icings, and different like tips to give different textures, and a lot is a lot. And we're gonna keep going with more is more is more is more. Is beautiful is more. Now I'm using 3 different colors of frosting, a Tiffany blue, a violet, and pink. But because I wanted there to be a lot of depth and texture to this, I'm actually using a whole bunch of different ranges of blues and pinks. The blue sixlets are not the same shade of blue as the icing, and they're not the same shade of blue as the sprinkles. There's a magenta. The variations of colors and textures and sizes create this really whimsical feel, and that's what I wanted. After I finished the top, I wanted it to look like it was sitting on a nest. So first I added a bed of coconut shavings and then some crumbled on graham crackers. I love this cake. I love it. Now if you want to see an in-depth version of how to make this, I actually did a live show on Met Dan. I was so nervous, and I think you can tell during the live show, but push through, man, just push through. Now when I got this egg mold, I got really excited, so I created 2 different designs. The unicorn design as well as a dragon egg design. Sweets by Elsa and Mold said, "That's so cute, but that horn though." Now remember, this is only half of the story. If you want to see the process of this cake and what I'm currently working on, then follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what you want me to make next, and I will see you very soon. Bye.